Brakti Hawa Brakatha Yahawasha, Brakti Hawa Brakatha Yahawasha, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. Lesson will be entitled at Ronald Dalton. Come up hither. Lord will you are edified.
This past Sunday, part one of breaking down and debunking these false end time centered Israelite doctrines or teachings, such as the chariots of God, aka the UFOs, are going to come and get us, black people. And I see Israelites that are posting videos about UFOs and spaceships coming to get the Israelites, get black people. And it's really disheartening and sad to see that we have equated the Hebrew word for chariots and horses to UFO ships. So we know in ancient Egypt that the horses were the ones that pulled the chariots. There's a Hebrew word.
Let's go to 2 Kings chapter 2, verse 9. And it came to pass when they were gone over that Elijah said unto Elisha, Ask what I shall do for you before I be taken away from you. And Elisha said, I pray you, let a double portion of your spirit be on me. And he said, You have asked a hard thing. Nevertheless, if you see me when I am taken from you, it shall be so unto you. But if not, it shall not be so. And it came to pass as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot, a so-called UFO, of fire and horses of fire, meaning what? More chariots, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. A biblical chariot, okay, meaning a mechanism that is pulled by a horse, does not have this type of capability. So by default, we know that it's not describing a biblical chariot. Okay? Again, there appeared a chariot of fire. Now this fire can be symbolic for what? The brightness of the chariot, and also describing the technology that is assisting the chariot to function. Okay? When we focus on chariot, according to the Hebrew, it's Strong's H 7393, pronounced as Rakab. And according to the Strong's definitions, meaning what? A vehicle. According to the etymon for vehicle, it goes into the origin of to go, move, transport. Okay? So vehicle is defined as to go, move, transport. Second Kings 2 and 11. And it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot, or a so-called UFO, of fire and horses of fire, Horses is also a representation for chariots, hence the plural form of this word, and parted them both asunder, and Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. Went up, according to the Hebrew, Strong's H 5927, pronounced as I-lah, which means what? To go up, ascend. Okay? A biblical chariot cannot perform this task. Okay? And
So we know in ancient Egypt that the horses, the word for chariots and horses to UFO ships. So we know in ancient
this is what happened to Elijah at the bottom. Okay? He went up, meaning he was beamed up into the chariot. Okay? By this searchlight. Okay? A biblical chariot cannot make anyone ascend up. So by default, it can't be a biblical chariot. Okay? Now remember, a chariot is nothing but a vehicle, which means to go, transport. Okay? This is the technology that Elisha saw. Revelation 1:7. Behold, he, referring to Yahushua, come with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so Tawab. Yahushua is coming back with clouds, meaning what? He will lead, okay, the heavenly host, okay, in a fathership. And guess what? The heavenly host will be inside of so-called UFOs. How do we know? Because if we assess this through the Spirit, behold, he comes with clouds. This is a representation for the chariots of Israel. It's like the chariots of Israel, okay, which are nothing but a vehicle or vehicles, okay? Let's go to Revelation 11 and verse 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, they is referring to the elect of Israel that will be saved from the second coming of Yahushua. Okay? Again, Revelation 11 and 12. And they, so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans. Okay? Based on the lineage of their fathers, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. So their enemies, Lord we are the elect, our enemies will beheld us, okay, or behold us, meaning they will look up as we are being beamed into those ships. And in this case, it could be just one gigantic ship. Okay? Again, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up here. And they ascended up to heaven. So by default, we are not talking about a biblical chariot. Okay? Come up, according to the Greek.
Strong's G 305 on a bino.
A definition according to outline of biblical usage. Ascend, to go up. Hence this picture right here. Okay? To ascend, go up, come up here or hither. They ascended up, according to the Greek, means what? To go up.
Strong's G 305 on a bino.
Revelation 21 and verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, the elect of Israel, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, meaning they were descending down out of those chariots. Okay? And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from out of heaven. And the reason why the elect are coming down is because they ascended up. Okay? And again, a biblical chariot cannot perform this task. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And the husband is Yahushua. The bride is symbolic for the elect out of the nation of Israel. One more precept. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 1. Then shall the righteous man, referring to the prophets, okay, beginning with the apostles of Great Millstone, stand in great boldness via the Holy Spirit before the face of such as have afflicted him, starting with the Edomites, okay, beginning with the Jaish people, because they control this system. And these other nations are nothing but their joint heirs, and made no account of his labors. Verse 2, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. Hence, the chariots, so-called UFOs, are classified as the strangeness of our salvation. Why? Because this technology is from Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. Okay? These vehicles are not trucks, boats, planes, biblical chariots, okay? Motorcycles, No. They are so-called UFOs. Point blank period. Hence the strangeness of our salvation. Let me look up strange real fast. Ooh, strange goes into foreign, hence aliens, unfamiliar, not belonging to the place where found. These chariots are technology from the spiritual realm and not the earthly realm. Hence, strangeness of our salvation, unfamiliar, unknown, not belonging to the place where found. And by this definition alone, we know by default it's not talking about biblical chariots. So far beyond all they looked for. Lord will, you're edified. Shalom.